Hello everyone. My name is Anita Sen, your science teacher from Shri Rama Bharti Public School. Today I will explain few topics from the chapter soil. So let's start. Now there are different types of soils like sandy soil, clay soil and loamy soil. If we will go for sandy soil, it contains large particles we call sand, and it has very little humus, but the space of air is very large. So that this type of soil is well aerated. It is well aerated means air is present sufficiently. But because the space in between is larger, so it cannot hold water properly for a long time. So the water holding capacity of sandy soil is less, but it is well aerated. Second is clay soil. Now it contains the fine particles made up of clay. Now between the soil particles, very little air space is there, and water cannot drain so quickly, as quickly as in the sandy soil. So water holding capacity is more in clay soil than sandy soil, but the air space is very less. Then comes the loamy soil. Loamy soil is good for growing plants. That is actually the ideal soil for growing plants because it contains sand, silt, and clay all. And this is the most fertile type of soil, which is good for plant growth. This soil is well aerated, it can hold water properly, and it contains lots of humus. So that's why the loamy soil is the best soil. Now comes the suitability for crops. Now different crops, they grow in different types of soil. And soil, we all know, is a very important resource for the crop production. And a crop production will be successful only when it will be grown on a suitable type of soil where a crop can grow easily and properly. So the kind of minerals present in the soil, the acidity, the alkalinity, the humus factors. So there are different types of soils. Like we can see, the first one is alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is rich in nutrients and may contain metallic ores also. It is light to dark in color, and the crops which can grow in the soil, alluvial soils, are rice, sugarcane, cotton, jute, wheat, because it is rich in potash as well as humus. Second is black soil. Black soil is also called black cotton soil, and it is rich in calcium, magnesium, carbonate, and aluminium, and it is good for growing cotton, sugarcane, groundnut, rice, wheat, and oilseeds. Then comes red soil. It is slightly, why it is red? Because it is rich in iron. Because it is rich in iron and it has less amount of humus. And the crops which can be grown very easily in red soil are ragi, groundnut, millet, tobacco, potato, rice, wheat, and sugarcane. Then comes laterite soil. The word laterite comes from the Latin word meaning brick. Brick means the color of the brick. It is reddish brown in color. So it is brown to yellowish in color. And this soil is rich in iron as well as aluminium. So the crops which can be grown in this soil is coffee, cashew nut, rubber, and coconut. Desert soil, as the name is indicating, 95% sand and 5% clay, very porous, coarse. This soil is rich in nitrates and phosphate, and the crops like millets, barley, cactus, and the dates, they can be grown in desert soil. Then comes mountain soil. As the name is indicating, it is found in the hill slopes, in the mountains. And the crops grown in mountain soils are tea, coffee, spices, and tropical fruits. Then comes soil erosion. What is soil erosion? When the top soil, which is fertile, it washed away, it's then it is known as soil erosion. And when it is take away with the help of few natural agents like running water or strong winds or waves, then it makes the soil infertile and unsuitable for the plant growth because the topsoil, which is fertile, it washed away with the water, it blown away with the wind. So it is known as soil erosion. Now, what are the causes of soil erosion? Most important thing, the loss of protective vegetation means deforestation. Deforestation is the main cause of soil erosion. Overgrazing by the animals, plowing and forest fire. These are the main cause of soil erosion. And the overcultivation of the crops and the overgrazing of the animals. They causes soil to lose its structure and the binding capacity. We all know the soil is it remain intact with the help of the roots of the plants, roots of the trees. The process of the loss of vegetation and soil is called desertification because whenever the soil erosion is there, we said the topmost layer, which is fertile, it washed away or blown away. Then what happened? Along with that, humus is also not there. It makes the soil infertile, and it becomes desert. So it's known as desertification. So how can we prevent this soil erosion? Preventing soil erosion is very important, as without soil there will be no plant growth, and plant roots, they always hold the soil and prevent it from being washed away with the heavy rain or blown away with the strong winds. So it is very important to prevent the soil erosion. So we can prevent the soil erosion by preventing overgrazing, by undertaking crop rotation, and as well as by growing and planting more and more trees. Now comes the very important topic, that is soil pollution. What is soil pollution? Soil pollution is the presence of unwanted substances in the soil that can be harmful for all living beings. That is soil pollution. Now, what are the causes of soil pollution? Obviously, the solid waste, the excess use of chemicals like fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, fungicides, and the acid rain. They contribute to soil pollution. Solid waste like human excreta, plastics, metal objects which comes from our homes, and we throw here and there, which accumulate in the form of heaps. Now, acid rain is caused when the polluted air mixes with rainwater. And then when acid rain is there, it changes the texture of the soil. It makes the soil acidic. So these are the main causes of soil pollution. So now the question arises, how we can prevent this soil erosion. For this, the main thing is there, we should go green. The best way to deal with the problem of creating soil pollution, to decrease the generation of waste. For that, we can go for the 4 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle, and refuse. And we should be very attentive or careful. We should not throw garbage here and there. Farmers should be encouraged to use biofertilizers, biopesticides, and the microorganisms used in these fertilizers, they help in increasing the fertility of the soil. And the best way to prevent soil pollution is to prevent the use of harmful chemicals. Recycling and reusing waste not only help in reducing and falling of trees, but also help in decreasing soil pollution. So this was all for today.